It is 5 a.m. on Saturday, May 18th, and the South Florida Railfan Mafia is headed back to Central Florida. The SFRM's members and Central Florida rail fans, including our very own Ryan Nicolay, have organized a meetup at the Dade City depot. We are passing train K995 empty route from Tampa to Miami on I-95. The SFRM took the old route, according to Paul, going up 710 and passing through towns like Okeechobee, as you see here. That is the feed mill that had been reconstructed within the last year. We would find a restricted signal at North End Okeechobee on the southbound Auburndale sub. The signals were for the southbound Okeechobee-bound ballast train, led by 8641, which is a boxcar logo SD50-2. The reason that the SFRM had chosen to head up State Road 710 was to catch NO 1609, a southbound Indiantown-bound coal train from Peachtree, West Virginia. So we wound up in Avon Park, Florida, a railroad town from the Seaboard airline days. The SFRM's unit Cold Brothers had been looking forward to getting this, myself included. Ever since the beginning of the coal season this year, we had been tracking NO16 meticulously, however our luck has not favored it until today. Even though the SFRM had outvoted Paul in going to Jacksonville apparently, we had still made our pit stop at Dade City, Florida to see our friends. Dade City's City Hall is kinda like a miniature Folkestone. It has a nice porch that overlooks the railroad tracks. However, facilities are not at a maximum here. Here is the gathering and all of our friends sitting and just shooting the bull about trains.
Shots from RCA, that's...
Next stop on our trip after passing through the Ocala overpass is the Ocala Amtrak station. The Ocala Amtrak station is located in an area that had received quite a bit of track work from CSX as part of their S-line upgrades. The single main through town had been upgraded at the interlocking with the Florida Northern to a double track main. There had been two tracks previously, however the other track had been auxiliary and was a yard track. The diamond itself had also been upgraded so that CSX cars don't physically pound the track. The reason the SFRM had decided to stop at Ocala was because Q453, our hometown train, was making an appearance through town. The nicely sized manifest train had 2 -8s for power and had about 14 Florida Rock hoppers being bounced to Miami. Other catches as we worked our way up towards Jacksonville included K923, Florida Northern Bound Rock. This catch was extremely close as we went into what Paul calls uncharted territory for the SFRM. Tim managed to get a quick shot of it on video, however. Citra would be where we would run into the southbound Chicago to Mulberry K803 phosphate empties. The lone Jiva was leading this fleet-footed train. Next in the southbound parade was the very short Q741 Tropicana Empties with its profile from Jacksonville to Tampa. Downtown Stark would be our next location of choice for what would turn out to be southbound Q613 Waycross to Mulberry Freight. The hodgepodge of phosphate hoppers on this train imply promising signs about the economy. Baldwin, the interlocking between the Callahan sub, the S line, and the Tallahassee and Jax terminal subs would be our next stop for lunch and for a train such as R177, intermodal from Jacksonville Ram to Orlando, Florida. Construction work on the southeast quadrant of the diamond is in full swing, however it has not been progressing much since January. The new track is visible on the side. Also this weekend, the US 301 crossing has been upgraded to support 3 tracks, including the northeast quadrant. We are at South Clare Street in Jacksonville, Florida, catching NS Train 210 pulling into Simpson Yard for a pickup after getting its first cut of intermodal from the FEC at Baldwin Yard. This intermodal hotshot runs from Jacksonville to Atlanta, Georgia. It will be Ratliff Road where we will finally be able to see train 210 highball towards Atlanta and kick up an intermodal windstorm. The last catch I videotaped, this was a fun outing. Even though the numbers of trains were not as high as we had desired, it was still enjoyable. From Ratliff, Florida, thanks for watching guys. TE out.